Ricci's just jumped on board the mentorship program. He's in Bundaberg. You might have saw him on a podcast. I think it was it's probably about a year ago now. Let's go. Well, my friend, I guess we'll get started off. Yep. So basically just give me the rundown from your beginnings from, I guess, school, and tell me how you got here. And I guess start with your normal life, and we can turn that into betting later.
Went to school.
Yeah.
Dropped out of school.
Dropped out
halfway through grade 11. At the time, I was flipping burgers at Macca's.
Yeah.
And then opportunity presented itself to become a manager at Childers, which is 45 minutes out of Bundy.
Yeah.
When the opportunity came available where I could do a certificate 3 in retail, that is equivalent to a grade 12 graduation apparently. So I took that, dropped out, did that course, became a manager, did that for a year, worked my way through the ranks. It got toxic. Yeah, I guess I probably wasn't my best as a human anyway, so I guess I attracted that as well. So I left that. And
how old were you when you left that?
Oh, geez, good question. Probably 18 or 19. I was a young manager. But yeah, long story short, got offered a job at Rotec Marine, which is like a BCF. Did that for a year, and then it got really monotonous. So you can only sell so many fridges and sounders and caravan gear before you're like, this is a bit boring. So I dipped out of that. Went to work with my mate at Aldi. That was probably the best gig that I've had in terms of like a work life. I think Aldi was pretty good. The day I actually handed in my resignation, they were going to offer me management there, but I'd started my real estate course. I'd actually gone through the Air Force, got onto this Zoom call with all the airborne electronic analysts, which was the job that I was going to do. It's where you're on a Poseidon or a wingtail, and you're dealing with like the sonars and all the technology to detect asylum seekers, drug trafficking, all that kind of stuff, warfare. But they wanted someone with a little bit more life experience, so I missed out on that. So I was like, all right, cool, I'll study real estate. So I was still studying real estate when I got the job. Yeah, been in real estate for nearly 3 years now.
Why do you choose to get into that?
My mate was in it and he was talking good things about it, and I've always been curious about it. Obviously good money associated with real estate, and I don't know, I just like talking. I just like talking to people, and it's good. It's good, I guess, noticing people's attitude change to you and your body language change to you. Given that I'm so young, people just expect that I'm just this young upstart. But when you actually know your stuff, like, you can just see their perception of you change.
I can relate to you on that.
Really
like, can you see how that would come across as me too?
Yeah.
Like, I'm dealing with 60-year-olds.
Yeah, so you're always on the back foot to start off with, but yeah, it's always cool when you get these little wins along the way. You know,
it's more of a thing of just you speak and show what you know, and then it's like they just feel, fuck, I've
got no idea what I'm talking about. Yep, exactly right. Yeah, so, and I guess my perception in that has changed a little bit as well. For example, if I want to do anything with automation and stuff like that, I'd rather just get someone on Upwork or Fiverr to do it for me, rather than waste the hours to try and figure it out. Like, I had an idea last night, what was it? I'm building this first home buyer's guide purely through ChatGPT. I'm getting interviews done by a mortgage broker.
Start posting shit. Like, post about what you're doing. And then who knows, build a fucking course on it. Like,
yeah, I do need to record myself. I need to get a little bit more comfortable on camera.
What are you doing? You already are, man. Like, you're fucking way better than I am. And I've been... Like, how do you allocate your time currently?
Phone calls. It takes up a large... booking appointments, and then the afternoons are those appointments at this stage.
But is that between strict hours?
Yeah, I mean, it's always going to be a little bit flexible. For example, like there's an inspection this afternoon, that kind of stuff just pops up.
But then outside of work hours, what do you kind of do with your time then?
Spend time with her, missus. Yeah, because I guess we don't get an awful lot of quality time. She's always...
And obviously looking to ramp up betting now too. But like, what's stopping you from putting in 3-4 hours a week into some content?
Nothing. Not at all.
And what would that take away from the rest of your life? What doors would that open up?
True.
Like, some of your pieces you put out, I'm like, fuck, I wish you posted more. It's like, it's cool to see.
Isn't that good? You enjoy it?
Yeah, 100%.
Sweet. All right.
And you kind of try enough things, you'll catch someone's eye. Like, you might not like that guy might not like that bit of content, but I might like it.
Yeah.
And you keep posting enough different shit, you'll find what works.
Yeah. Yeah.
You just have to do it for 6 months and kind of actually put in for it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to continue my 60-second series.
Yeah.
And stick with things.
Yeah.
That's the thing. It's just consistency.
Yeah.
I guess. But yeah, I've been wanting to implement, I guess, AI into match betting as much as possible because tracking the bets, like that's valuable seconds.
Yeah. It is, but it's so fucking hard to set up. Like the amount of time you'd spend trying to set that up, like just fucking go make 10 grand in that same time. It's like, well,
damn, really? Shit.
I guess we'll talk about how you got into the position of wanting to buy this.
Yep.
So we'll go back to the start of your match betting career.
Yep.
Where did that come from? HorseCon, yeah.
I was in HorseCon. That's where I learnt how to turn over bonus bets.
So that was your first, you saw them on social media and then got on from that?
Yep, got on from that. And I guess maybe I would have just naturally stumbled across the system.
Yep.
Probably through targeted ads, through people, because I was looking at that type of shit. And then I guess, as you said on the potty, I saw the depth was a lot further than just HorseCon.
Yep.
You can see there was a lot more of a long-term mentality.
Yep.
So that started to shift my perception rather than from just wanting to get up on the day to just wanting to get up over general over time. Because obviously I was just a punter before that.
Yep.
I would just open bookies because as I saw it as an edge to have the bonus cash.
Yep.
So I wasn't that fussed about printing millions. I just wanted to make a small profit where I could. So if I could get 100 for 100, if I could make 20 or 30 bucks, I wouldn't care as long as.
And was this just a thing of did you actually enjoy it or wanting to make extra money outside of your work to invest in a crypto and shit like that? Yeah.
I think I just enjoyed it.
So it wasn't even invested mind.
No, not at all. No, I think I've been surrounded by a couple of mates that were into horse racing.
Thank you.
Yeah, I was surrounded by a couple of mates one of my mates is, his dad owns horses. Yep. They've got a stable in...
Is there a racetrack here?
Yeah, but it's on sand.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, and there's 4 meetings a year and only one's on Sky.
Yeah.
So, being, I guess, entrenched with that, it's who you surround yourself with, right? Like, if you're in a room full of people that know ice cream, you're going to know everything about fucking ice cream, right? So, so I got into that just doing a quarter weekend or something like that. We'd all get on and put $20 together or something.
So there's a little bit of betting before HorseCon?
Yeah, this was all before HorseCon, which I'm lucky, I guess, that I never rinsed a lot of money.
Yeah.
Like I'd comfortably say that I'm definitely in profit over a lifetime.
Yeah.
But which is great. But then I stumbled across HorseCon, learned how to turn over bonus bets on Betfair.
Yep.
Then I stumbled across, I think it was a horse and the hare. Tortoise versus a hare. One that JP made back in the day.
As in a video on social media?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was, so what, you joined March 23 horse system, and then you joined Platinum in April 23.
Yeah. JP was riding me to join Plat, so I just...
Low-level mug gambler.
Yep, that's me. Yep.
And then the winter 24 sports system. So, when was the podcast was in April 24 this year. So, yeah. So I guess what was the progression from then till the podcast? It's obviously discussed in the podcast, but
As in, from joining day one, the whole system.
yeah, like why did you get in the podcast?
Good question. I just wanted to shed a light that I guess it's possible and to make it real, because obviously on Saturdays I don't have, or especially then I didn't have a mountain of time, but I just made it work. So I guess I wanted to just share that. And I don't know, it just came up, I just did it, and it was something out of my comfort zone.
Yeah.
I was looking at doing podcasts for myself, for my own brand, so...
Bro, do that too.
I guess well, I've got the space to do it now. Like, I've got a whole study, like, in my own home, because we had people living with us. My study was in the fucking lounge room. So when anyone was home, yeah, it was cooked.
Yes, it was just out of your comfort zone. The opportunity presented itself to jump on the potty.
Yeah, and I guess...
And that was your first time hearing about the mentorship back then, wasn't it?
Yep.
And at the time it was like, I could see you fucking ticking over about it, like, fuck, this sounds good, but it also sounds fucking scary. That's what the vibes you gave off were...
I fucking resent myself now for not doing it, for not...
Yeah, because you're in the position at the time to do it.
100% I was, without a doubt. But I was riding the wave of, I'm seeing crypto profits, and I was thinking that I could make money quicker through that, and I was making money quicker, so I was like, fuck it.
You had crypto that's since crashed?
Yeah.
So how much have you lost on that?
Probably like, oh damn, there goes the dog. Like 10, 15.
Yeah.
Yep.
Is that lifetime crypto losses?
Yeah, probably.
And obviously the price back then was a bit different to what it is now.
Well, you know what? This thing as well, I can't even track how much I've really lost or made, whereas in match betting I can. You know?
Yeah.
So that should have been a fucking red flag right from the get-go. But
What, another tomato?
as I said, don't like them.
No.
Yeah, right here. Thanks, boss. I guess my perception's completely changed now.
Yeah.
I was very naive, and I should have known better because I was, I guess, investing in crypto in the bull run of 2020 as well, and I could have made a lot more money then, but I lost because I was just naive, and just that naive mindset of, oh, it's gone up 3x.
Yeah, I remember
Surely it can be a 10x.
you were saying, it's probably recorded, like, I can make 50k on this. Like, I remember those words coming out of your mouth, like, I will make, like...
What did you think then?
I knew, like, comparing it to match betting, I'm like, well, I know you can make that match betting.
Yeah.
With my crypto experience, it's like, you could, but you also could, what's happened now. And I didn't know enough about how much you knew or like how confident you were, so I didn't have an opinion. I didn't have an opinion on it.
Yep.
Obviously, the more safer, logical route is match betting.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, and then I copped the rinse from JP.
Yep.
When that went down. Oh, mate, as I said, I resent myself for not selling it then and there, because I could be in the mentorship, and realistically, the other side of it, I could have been in the mentorship. I could have had 5 or 10 grand to spare that I could have thrown in crypto anyway, and I'd be in a much better position now. But oh well.
You learn. What, you've ended up paying 10k more to be here.
It's a terrible decision. But
was it something that you were always going to join, even back then, or was it like something that you really had to be pushed onto, or?
once I had that epiphany of, fuck me, I could have been in this mentorship, could have been earning money.
Yeah.
Actually, I think the tipping point was hearing in these voice messages that more and more people are joining, especially people that have been in the community for less time than me.
Yeah.
And they're now earning more than me, their knowledge is better than mine. that's when I was like, fuck me, what am I actually doing?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not taking this shit seriously. And I should be.
So it's like you've got the opportunity here and you're not doing anything with it.
What am I doing? It's the easiest and it's the most enjoyable money that you can make.
Yeah.
That's the best thing. Like,
mate, you would love that mentorship. Oh, you wouldn't know. So we, as part of the mentorship now, we've got a Discord, which you might have heard of. We had an event the other night. We had 20 of the guys at the office, night out. So we're hoping to keep growing those. Like we've got, I think, somewhere around 70 total members now.
wow. Really?
Yeah. Anyway, that's besides the point. I'm saying, so we had 20 at that night. We're trying to get like, in 6 months' time, I'd fucking love if we can have 50 people, 100 people in a room together, like, and host nights like that.
Should have been there. Yeah. So, I guess that's put some fire in. I guess that above all has put fire in my belly.
Yeah.
Because now I feel like a bit of a mug as well because I've been on the podcast and I wasn't even into mentorship.
Yeah. As in, like,
I should be in there now. But I'm not going to use it, I guess, as a thing to beat myself up on. I guess, as I said, it's just going to be a fire in the belly kind of.
You just learn from it, right? Like in the future. Like the way I said, the decision you were faced with was crypto or match betting. And you think about it logically, one's got guaranteed returns.
Yeah. And the other is a gamble, which is exactly what match betting, and that's what pisses me off as well. Like I went completely away from my own ideology, just because I got caught up in a few small gains. Realistically, when you think about it, not this one.
Besides the point, you like kind of the way you speak is like the mentorship is the place to be. Why? Like that's obviously a lot of trust in our brand. Myself, Greenie. Like why? Where's that come about? And you had this back then too.
Good question. I don't know. I guess it's the social proof is one. And you haven't just been there's no flash in the pan about this business. We're here for all day, every day, year in, year out.
So it's more the hard truths that you hear.
Yeah, and Fudge being in the community and now being kind of an employee in many aspects. You know, going from seeing him on the podcast to now, I haven't seen him, but I know he's in the trenches and plenty. Yeah.
It's a good way to put it.
Yeah. And I just know that in the back of my mind, that he's got the knowledge that's beyond mine. So you say there's 70 members in the mentorship, that's 70 people to learn from and compound my knowledge. So it'd be like 25 grand is fucking nothing really when you think about it.
This is a fucking mess.
It is.
What does 25 grand mean for you? As in, how's that affect your life?
Well, if you asked me that question podcast, I would have said that's money that I can't really generate in a short amount of time. But now that obviously I've had an asset and sold that, it's a lot more amicable.
Yeah. Also, does it change your life, that kind of money, by you having that?
No, because there's nothing that I'd...
By you joining the mentorship, does your life change at all?
Yes.
In terms of, like, by spending the 25k, are you taking away from your life?
Well, my bank is my... I said this to Tom last night. My bank is my bankroll. Now,
So
whatever's there, and if I need to do something, then, like for example, if I don't know, if I have a car accident, then obviously that's not ideal.
Yeah.
But I put the whole lot in.
So what you're saying is by you joining, you didn't really have any downside.
No, there is no downside.
Being apart from obviously fucking shit, if I just ran away and you never saw us again.
Well, that wouldn't be ideal, but if I'm in the Discord, I'm still in that community.
Yeah.
So it's not like you're this whole thing. I mean, it definitely makes a massive difference.
Yeah.
You would think naturally, given that you're the leader, that you're...
So I was more so talking of just the brand just fucking went poof in
Oh, well.
oblivion. Like you've lost 25k, but you still live the same life. Is kind of
Yeah.
yeah.
What do you do?
And then the upside is I don't know. I think I have to tell you.
Yeah, well, the upside is limitless. I mean, I have a knowledge in real estate, so I guess I could repurpose that money into buying more real estate.
Yeah.
That's definitely still a goal of mine, is to buy an investment property soon, but I'd like to delay that as much as possible so I can start printing in the mentorship.
Yeah.
Because I know that the more money I allow myself to touch in mentorship, the more I'm going to make. It's going to be the same X's. It doesn't matter the money you put in, but obviously the higher the bankroll, the more amazing the...
Yeah. Spot on. The more you're allowed to use, essentially.
Yeah. Like, just because you put 10 grand or $100, it's not going to change your X's, but it's going to change your return because you put a lower capital in.
I'll let you have a few bites.
How many eggs do you reckon you eat a day?
Oh, I've probably already had 5 today. Because I just have, in the Virgin Lounge, I just have scrambled eggs. So I was just smashing that. I had 3 last night.
I probably have about 6 a day.
Yeah.
So.
I don't know, it depends. Like if I don't have it, like I don't actively go out and try and eat eggs. Like if I got eggs in the fridge or I'm out for breakfast, I'll get eggs.
I just feel a lot better since I've started eating more eggs.
Yeah, I've been the same, but more just real food.
I do want to delve into more looking after my health a little bit more.
Yeah. It all come in, like, it's all the same thing. Health, making money, like mindset.
Yeah. No shit.
Like you get your body right, everything else just comes easier. Like ever since I've started, mostly in the last 4 months, eating better, mental health's gotten better, I'm in the best shape I've ever been. Like it's all just, everything's just kind of coming together. Work's been the best it's been. Like,
I'd have to agree as well. I reckon I was actually the reason why I rugged up at the podcast, other than it being cold, for me, I was seriously skinny then.
yeah.
And just naturally I wasn't happy with where I was at. So in hindsight, that's probably why I want to make a return to a podcast one day.
Yeah.
Just because I feel like I'll be a lot healthier. Levels just in every facet.
It's good for you to look back on and see. Yeah, it's like when I watch my first bits of content, I look like a different person. Do you not like watching that? If you were to watch that podcast, do you not like looking at that kind of thing?
I wouldn't watch it again.
Yeah.
No chance.
It's hard to do, isn't it?
I mean, yes, that's a good thing. I heard it from someone that if you can watch content of yourself in a year's time and not cringe, you're not growing.
Yeah, true. Yeah. And then, in terms of you getting here now, obviously you mentioned you sold your house. Mm-hmm. So what was the play there? Was that investment minded? Was that mentorship minded? How long have you had that house for as well?
12 months, pretty much to the day.
Yeah.
We purchased it on the 20th of October. Well, we moved in on the 20th of October, 2023, and we sold and settled out of there on the 22nd.
Yep.
Yeah, we just had to hold it for 12 months because it was our first home. If we'd sold it, then we would have had to pay stamp duty if we sold it prior to the 12 month.
Yep.
I think that was always the goal. I mean, it was probably forced a little bit, thankfully, in hindsight, because we had 4 people living in that. Me, my girlfriend, my mate, and...
Oh, so you're living in the house. You were... Yeah, okay, yeah.
So they were paying us rent, which was great.
Yeah.
The mortgage is obviously not cheap. Dang, just piddled myself. Anyway, so yeah, sold that kind of because it was just too small. As I said, my study, like my setup,
Is in the fucking lounge room.
in the lounge room, which is hard when you've got a degen mate just punting on the horses, drinking piss and stuff on a Saturday. I can't actually focus. But now I've got this whole room where I can just shut the door.
Yeah, lock in. Did you make money on that property?
Bought it for 370 and sold it for 484.
Yeah, right. What'd that leave you with liquid at the end of it?
69,000.
Yep.
I gave a bit extra to my partner. She took it, so I actually ended up with 60 because I paid the agent, a mate of mine, who sold it for me. I paid him obviously a bit of cash for doing it, and then I gave her a bit of extra because she paid for some things because all my money has been tied up in match betting probably since we bought the house. Really, I've saved just enough to buy the house, and then everything else was just in match betting.
Yep.
Plus, I did my ass on the crypto. So,
So that's obviously what's allowed you to get in here then. Yeah.
yeah. If I didn't buy the house, my progression would have been even slower. At the end of the day, because I had no other available capital.
How much have you made lifetime match betting?
I changed spreadsheets, so it's a bit hard to, but 816.
Yep. And that's in what? A bit over 2 years? Yeah. Wait. Yeah. 1 year, 1.5 years, 18 months? Yeah. Yeah.
So it's good. It's okay.
Yeah. Yeah. And was that scaling up, or was that just, as in, is that going anywhere without this? Or do you expect to make another 16K in the next 18 months?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
To be honest, yeah. There's definitely some things that I could be doing. Like I should be doing more of the fudger method, for example. I haven't been doing enough of that.
Yeah.
I think I've only done like once or twice. I really only follow the horse tips and the sports tips, which realistically is only a very small part of match betting. Like, you need to build your knowledge base so you can do other stuff. So, to answer your question in short, yeah, probably. I do a little bit of horse promo method here and there, but
it's more of a thing that you struggle to find the extra skills to level up in it now.
and the time efficiency, I guess, as well. Because I already spend a fair bit of Saturday at the desk, locked in, and then obviously Monday to Friday with work, I'm, from 8 to 6 or something. You can't really get much out of me. It's like talking to a brick wall from a partner. So I guess to owe it to her, I need to give her a bit of quality time. Yeah. So that's probably half the reason as well, is I know I'll get more efficient, so it's going to open up a little bit more time. And if there is time, then I can just turn the tap on and go and lock in if she's doing something.
What's the bankroll you're working with now?
I've got 30 plus, probably got about 14 left in bookies, so that's 45.
So basically unlimited.
Yeah. Yep.
It's good.
Yeah. I mean, obviously I'll have like 5 or something as an emergency fund, but and unless I buy an investment property, but as I said.
Well, I mean, the thing with that is like, to utilise all that, you have to be at this kind of knowledge base and workload, whereas currently you're down here, so you can't even use all that money anyway. So it's just going to be sitting there doing, and you can kind of use that as you please going forward. And it might, like, you might make 20K and go, I don't even need the rest of the money or whatever.
That's crazy. Yeah. I'm just shitful I didn't do it sooner. But anyway, we move.
And what's the time investment you're looking to put into it, or is it just kind of as you want, depending on what you're getting out of it?
As much as possible.
Yeah.
While I'm still obviously maintaining a healthy relationship.
Yeah.
real estate is flexible, and if you're using your time well, and you're not just airy-fairing around on your phone flicking through reels, then there's 24 hours in the day. So as much as possible to answer your question.
Empty board to work with then. Right.
Realistically. All I need is probably...
Do you have any monetary figures you want to make or anything you want to do in a space? Or is
10k a month. 10k a month.
Yeah.
Because then I can, that's me living. And then everything else is a bonus.
Yeah. What do you reckon your weekly expenses is?
I'm getting a billboard, so that'll be an expense. I forgot what the monthly cost of that is, but I paid $1,400 to set it up. I think it's like 300 and something a month. That's only for 6 months of the 12. So.
Yeah.
Other than that, rent, groceries, fuel. I spend a lot in fuel, especially with that thing. It's like $400 a month.
But work pays a bit of that, doesn't it?
Yeah, I can get a fuel allowance, so that's cool. Other than that, HelloFresh. I get HelloFresh. That's $100 a month.
Yeah. This is what, talking less grand, $1,500 a month?
Yeah, oh yeah.
I reckon I spend fucking $70k a year, $6k a year in expenses.
Damn! Yeah.
But for me, it's more of a thing like, you gotta spend what you want. What the fuck do you work for?
Yeah, that's right. 100%. That's true.
Like, I live in a place I want to live in. I don't live with anyone else. I can sort of travel how I want to.
Here's my goal is to have an investment property or two.
Yeah.
By the age of probably 26. I want to have 2 investment. What am I now? 23? No, 25. I want to have 2 investment properties. Earning enough to live through match betting mentorship, and just be enjoying real estate.
Yeah.
And actually kind of switch my focus from real estate being my main focus to match betting being my main focus. And real estate is just a bit of fun.
Yeah.
Because people will pick up on your energy. If I'm not waiting for this deal to get over the line, then shit will just naturally gravitate towards me.
Yeah.
That energy will just naturally attract. Plus people around me that I know are going to get older, so they're going to start buying and selling properties as well. If I just provide a good experience, and word of mouth is huge in this town, especially being so small, and I'm starting to see that. I guess referrals and stuff from past sales are starting to come back to me, so as long as I provide a good experience, I guess that's
It'll just get easier, and you can decrease the load in that. Yeah.
Stuff will just naturally gravitate towards you in this town because it's so small. You provide a good experience, and it'll just naturally. Yeah, all good. Thank you. Cheers. So much for the extra tomato. Yeah. So, I guess in that sense, I get a higher reward, obviously, from match betting rather than real estate. Like,
You've obviously seen the onboarding email where you get the link to my calendar.
Yep.
So that's where you'll book your first session. Literally, whenever you're ready,
yep.
you can have our first session.
This week?
Yeah.
Cool.
When are you thinking? So the sessions typically go for about an hour.
Yep.
The first one I can be about 30, 45 minutes.
Yep.
Basically, instead of just dumping, like I could sit here now and just speak for 10 hours, but you're not going to take anything in. So the way I kind of run it is I'll give you this, learn that one bit of content.
Yep.
Once you've kind of learned that, show me that you can do that, then we jump to the next thing. And it kind of just stacks on top of each other until you get to here.
Yep.
And then here's when you're like, all right, now we can scale. Now we can fucking have a crack.
All right, cool. Just looking at my...
You got my availability in there, but we'll book this now while we're here anyway, so we can talk about it.
Does, like, after 5 work?
It does, just limited on the days we can do that.
That's right. Or there's mornings.
I like mornings.
Mornings? Done. Yeah. All right, we'll do morning.
Actually, Friday's good because the first session we're going to do is bonus turnover, which means you got Friday races and Saturday, so it's fresh in your mind.
Yep, done. Let's do that.
Have you used Setmore before?
No, I haven't.
I'll get you to book that first one then. Just jump on Friday morning.
Yep.
Chuck that one in.
Yep. Nice. Friday.
Yeah.
5 a.m. Probably not.
This is in Melbourne time, remember? So we're an hour ahead of you.
Yep. 4 a.m. class. Oh, fuck.
Yes, it's 5 a.m. my time. It's 4 a.m. here. A bloke in Perth booked one at like 5 a.m. my time, and I called him at 2 a.m. his time. And he didn't realise. He meant to book it at 5 a.m. his time. I called him at 2 a.m. and he's woke up and he's like, whoa, I can do it if you want. I'm like, nah, man, go back to bed. Like, and I knew he'd made a mistake too, but I'm like, I can't not call him. Like, he's like, my girlfriend's got up. She's like, what the fuck are you doing? He's calling you at 2 a.m.
He's up to some funny business.
Yeah.
All right. So that would be 10:30 your time. Let's do 9. That work?
That's 10 a.m. my time, yeah.
That works?
Yep, that's perfect.
Sweet.
So you're in the mentorship Discord now. So on that, there's a fair bit of loose chat going on in there that you probably won't have much clue as to what's being spoken about.
Nice.
Don't get any FOMO to any of that.
That's gonna make me feel
Like, just remember they're on a different path to you, and once you get there, you'll get there.
Yeah.
Feel like take it in, but don't like stress about it, or don't like worry about
what I'm
asking too many questions on that shit, because it's like, yeah,
It's not really relevant
yeah.
at the moment.
Like, I'll basically tell you, mate, you're fucking 6 months off that, or like,
Yep.
yeah, that's pretty much how we go from here. In terms of like the general lesson structure, like we kind of, you would have seen the email and the lesson plan kind of thing. That's can be anywhere from 7 to 15 hours of calls. I'd say you'll probably be on the lower end of that, just because you'll be wanting to pick things up quicker.
Yeah.
Once we get to the end of that, like you have a very fucking good idea on where, like, what to do and how to, like, essentially, not that we won't speak, you won't need me. Like, you know what you're doing. So I aim to get most people there within 3 months. And then the way we kind of use each other then is like, just for check-ins and just like, you might be a bit lost on something, so we have a call and it's like, all right, you're not doing this, you need to do this, or whatever it is. But yeah, that's kind of how it looks. And then in 3 to 6 months' time, Greenie, you might get a call from Greenie, and then he'll open your mind up a bit more too.
I figure that might be the case. Yeah, because I'm not getting... Because I was at DGen, I guess, and opened up to all these bookies back in the day, I wasted all of those initial deposit matches. So...
There's plenty more where they go.
Yeah, that's, I guess, another aspect is trying to get more deposit matches and reload matches and stuff like that. Because, for example, like things like those Bet Professors and Bet Galaxies and stuff like that offer the lower odds, I just don't really touch them. I mean, I abuse that Golden Rush account, but you lose too much on non-promo, so I just don't really touch. Excuse me.
That just comes down to what you're betting your money on, that kind of thing.
Yeah. Because there's barely any good any match. So it's going to be good to see how I utilise that account, because I'm not naive to the fact that that account can be utilised, but I'm just not utilising it because I don't know how to use it.
Yeah.
So.
Keen.
Me too. Yeah, I wish I was here many months ago. But, oh well, we're here now.
Yeah, unless you got any more questions, that's basically...
That's pretty much it.
The best thing is, that's all on camera, so in 12 months' time...
Oh, damn. I'm going to sound like a clown. Nice. Oh, well, that's good.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of pulling the plug on, because every year we go to the Melbourne Cup as a work team.
Yeah.
To the racetrack. I'm thinking about throwing a sickie that day and just staying at home and lock it in.
Oh, it's just another day. It doesn't really matter. I'd go, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah. It's not like...
I can still follow the tips and everything like that.
What are you going to make? $400, $500?
Yeah.
Fucking cares, go.
Yeah, true.
Like, I mean, if you're in 12 months' time, it might be like, yeah, that could cost you 10 grand for going to it.
Wow.
But,
that's crazy.
yeah, well, this guy, like, you, in the future, it'd be possible to calculate your expected value per day. Like, you can go, with today's promos, what I'm expected to turn over, I can expect to make 5 grand a day. Obviously, you can't account for variance, but after variance, you know, I can expect to make 5 grand a day. So by me going for lunch with my missus, that's going to cost me 5 grand. Whatever the fuck it is.
It's amazing how you can translate that. And That's a high performance way of looking at it. And that's how you need to look at it. It's how much am I worth per hour?
Yeah, but until you're at that, fucking go for it. Who cares?
Yeah.
I mean, go to it anyway. Like, that's sick.
If you'd like to learn more about the mentorship program, applications are now open to get involved. Send us a message on Telegram to the account at The Road to 150K, and we can discuss whether you were cut from the right cloth. Stop waiting around. Start making a life-changing amount of money so that you never have to think about money again. Make shit happen. Cheers.